The next area that we're going to get into is going to be our upper quads and our TFL, which stands for our Tensor Fasciae Latae. So again, staying in line with the theme of sitting and thinking about the areas of compression that come with sitting, if we're spending a lot of time in this flex position, you can imagine that this upper quad and this TFL area become highly compressed over time. Especially too, when you think about the function of a chair, sitting generally puts the femur into external rotation. That's why a lot of our legs splay out when we sit. So this region here, this TFL, which is one of the hip flexor muscles in particular, gets very tight and compressed on folks. So if we ever want to be able to fully access our glutes and get full hip extension, you can imagine that tightness here pulling us into flexion is going to make it harder to get proper extension. We all know how important proper hip extension is for optimal movement and athleticism, so this is going to be one of the key areas that we have to unlock. I think the best way to get into this spot is with a lacrosse ball, with a cork ball, anything of that sort, where you can apply your full body weight pressure onto the ground here. So to demonstrate, we'll get onto the mat. And again, you're gonna have to feel this area out a little bit. For some folks, it's gonna feel really bony and calcified and like it's almost not even a muscle because of how tight it is. This one can be a little bit breathtaking with how painful it can be initially, so use a tennis ball if you have to. Don't kill yourself with this the first time. But the way that it's gonna look is you're gonna come onto the ground and we're gonna have the lacrosse ball on this region and we'll rotate onto that part of the quad and then rotate and twist away from it, applying pressure and letting ourselves relax and sink our full body weight into it. And if this ever becomes too easy, and it will take some time to build up to that, you can pick your back leg off the ground to get an even higher percentage of your body weight onto the ball. And then from here, the key is to relax and let yourself breathe. And then over time, you can continue to roll around a little bit and hunt for spots in that region, ideally spending a minimum of about 30 seconds on each spot that you find that releases that tension.